Today we're in the Laureles neighborhood of Medellin, Colombia, and we're going to take some time to go see Safetti Cycling Clothing, one of the most premier cycling clothing manufacturers in South America, not only Colombia. And we're going to ask some interesting questions because they're one of the options you have as a cyclist to purchase eco-friendly cycling equipment, cycling clothing. And so we want to talk to them about how they make eco-friendly or decide it's eco-friendly, and why is their cycling clothing such high quality and a good price. So here we are at Safetti, and we'll stop in and say hello. Hello everybody, Grava is in Safetti, at the Safetti factory, and I have the absolute privilege to be here with Jorge, who's the brand leader of Safetti, to show me around the Safetti factory and how this high quality and what I think is the most fantastic cycling clothing company in the Americas is being made. So Jorge, thanks for having me.
Hey Aaron.
Hey,
nice
thanks
to meet you.
Yeah, mucho gusto, right? Yeah. Thanks for having me here. When I was in Colombia before and I was walking around, I found like the Safetti clothing and I was like, wow, man, this is really, really amazing. And not only is it like great clothing, it's really, you have this message, like this eco-friendly message. From your packaging is eco-friendly, your tags, and even where you're getting your material is eco-friendly, like water, like trying to protect water resources and things like that. So Safetti, for everybody out there, Safetti is been around since 2005. It's a new company, and they're really working hard to build a company that they can be proud of around the world with eco-friendly options. But I don't want to get too far into it. Jorge is going to tell us kind of what Safetti is, you know, how long has Safetti been around, and what makes Safetti unique.
Yeah, some things that make Safetti like no other is like, as you were saying, we started on 2005, and Safetti started from triathlon. And there's a couple that started doing triathlon. They see a gap in the market in Colombia. They said like, okay, we can do it better. We can do some garments that we can use to compete all over the world. Mm-hmm. They were competing on like almost professional level. Mm-hmm. So they started the company, and it started migrating to cycling and running now. So we have cycling, running, and triathlon clothing.
Yeah, and that's true. So it's interesting. So you got just a couple people that see a gap in the market in Colombia. Yep. And not only did they just start a clothing company, they started what I think is the best cycling, triathlon, and running company, or at least active company, that I've seen anywhere before. So congratulations to your company for doing something that amazing.
I'm proud to hear that.
Yes, because it is really high quality. American materials, using some Italian materials and things like that. So talk about the eco-friendly aspects of Safetti.
Okay, currently our portfolio is made from 70% of supplies that are coming from a certified supplier that is using eco-friendly processes, or maybe the materials you can recycle them, or maybe the materials are recycled. So like every single
so some of your materials you can actually just reuse.
Yep.
You can, man, that's fantastic.
Or there are some fabrics that come from PET bottles. Mm-hmm. And for example, the zippers are nickel free. You know, nickel can trigger some rashes on your body, and if people are working all day with those zippers, they can develop some illness.
And that's important. So what Jorge has shown me is that they're using nickel-free material. Yep. Because it's better for your body, not have nickel in it. And not only that, when we go to the print shop, their ink that they're using there is actually
free from azoic components.
Yeah, so it's free from harmful chemicals that not is just bad for cyclists, but also your employees who have to handle the material all day.
You see,
So-
on the industry, they are so you can find it everywhere. It is like 70% of the industry still use these azoic components that goes into the inks, and we're not doing it. We're like a little ahead of the industry in that aspect.
Yeah, I would say they're not a little ahead. I would say Safetti is drastically far ahead of the competition in most areas that I've seen. It's the way you use your materials, the way you're thinking about how the product is not only going to affect your workers who have to work with them, but also you as an individual if you buy Safetti, how it fits you and how those chemicals may affect you. And then you also do outreach programs too, right? You have outreach programs for people in need that may need help with cycling, and you're really trying to grow a community in Colombia. And
Yeah, of course. We have the second chance program that we are trying to give the clothing a second chance to live and to complete like the circular economy. And people can bring their clothes to our stores. We have like some racks on our stores that people can just bring their clothes, and in exchange we give them some discount on clothing.
yeah.
And we have like 27 school of underprivileged people that cannot buy new clothes, so we can help them if we make sure that the clothing is in a good state, so they can use it too.
Yeah, it's amazing. And wait until I show you everybody the dream wall a bit, because after touring the factory here, I might want to work at Safetti and put my dreams on the wall.
For sure.
Yeah, so thanks, Jorge. So I'm going to walk everybody through the process of how Safetti makes such fantastic equipment and show you all the process from the very start of the design all the way through the finishing concept of finishing the product up. So come join me, follow me as we explore the Safetti process.
Okay, Aaron, let's go and see how Safetti is like no other.
All right. So as we're going through the hallway, I just wanted to highlight, and we have all these different pictures, but they're all these classic, there's over 150 classic bicycles on the walls here in the company. It's just absolutely fantastic. If you're a bike geek, like coming to Safetti, you can actually just see all of these bicycles. I mean, it's just amazing. So we are at the lab of Safetti, and you see on the wall here it says, it all comes from the lab. And what is unique, or the first part of the process with the lab, and I'll put up pictures and videos here, is all the design ideas and processes get prototyped first in the lab, and they then sew the prototypes so they can test them out, or if a customer has a unique order, that custom order process happens in the lab. Now, one of the things I was amazed about in the lab is they actually have a computer 3D model. This computer 3D model has already pre-programmed in individuals, like their body type, their body size, and they can put the designs onto those body types and body sizes to know exactly how much fabric they need to cut and exactly how many stitches or sewing that they need to do there. And furthermore, they can tell off a person's body type with the computer programming how tight or how loose the fabric or material may be on an individual. And they can custom make it for an actual individual, or they just use the standard models and processes they have in there. So the lab is where all the magic happens, when everything is created with Safetti. The full prototyping process is done there to make sure you get the highest quality, best fit material that you're going to find anywhere on the market. So from here, we're going to actually go down to the print shop where they take the designs, either their fall design or their next spring design, and they put them together and print them out, or they take custom designs and put them together and print them out. So now we're in the actual print shop, And it's unique because we're printing on paper. We're not actually printing on the clothing. But on this door over here, we have the individuals who are in charge of taking those designs, making sure they're correct on the computer, and then they go from the computer onto these individual machines to be printed out in big sheets and rolls of paper. And what Jorge was telling us, all of this print material, all this ink here, is friendly for your skin and friendly for the individuals and friendly for the employees who are working here. So they have a big print shop where they're actually running right now, like multiple printers, printing out all the designs, and then everything's approved in here first before it goes out and is actually pressed into the fabric that we have. So it's really neat to see these machines. I think they all come from Italy, and yeah, they're printing a lot of stuff here. So big operation in the print shop. All right, so next we're gonna actually go look at them cut fabric that matches up with this material. And so let's go see some more. So before we can actually like put that printed paper down onto the actual fabric, the individuals we have to cut the fabric. So we have two fabric cutting areas. This is the white room where they're cutting the white fabric, and then we have the black room where we're cutting the black fabric. And the reason they separate the colors of fabric being cut is because it will contaminate. If you cut the black lycra and then try to cut the white lycra, it will actually contaminate the air, contaminate the material. So the individuals here are actually cutting them in layers. So they'll stack a bunch of different sheets of lycra, put the entire mapped out material that matches those print material also, cut it out, and then organize it together for the print shop, which is next, where we take these materials and actually print them. So we've gone through the process of design and prototype, then to printing the actual colors onto the paper in the print shop, to cutting the fabric to the exact size that we need to overlay. Now in this process, overlaying the fabric material over the top of the color paper, and then this machine here actually heats and presses and sublimates the ink onto the material, and it spits it out the other side. It's like a roll press. So it rolls it through, comes out the other side, and they actually pull the fabric off of the sheet, and you have a perfect print, perfect color, high quality colors on the material. They then get added, packaged together, and then they get ready to go up to the sew shop. But let's go over to the other side and see. I'll show you me pulling, pretty poorly pulling a piece of material off the paper. So let's take a look. Magnificent. Look how that works. It's just so vibrant. It's so vibrant. And not very much goes through the other side. All of the colors are right here on the fabric. I got to pull some clothing off the color printer, which is amazing. Okay, here's the stop I think is really cool. Maybe I need to get a job at Safetti. Not only are they doing great things external to the company, they're eco-friendly. They're using materials that are sourced close to home. They're looking for materials and fabrics that are, preservation of water and nickel-free zippers and dyes that are in their clothes that are good for your skin. But as an employee, you get hired in Safetti, you get to go on the dream wall and tell the company, like, what is your dreams? What do you want to accomplish here at Safetti, or what do you want to accomplish in life? And so up here on the dream wall are all the different goals that an individual working at Safetti has. And they put them on the wall for everybody to see. And I think that's just a great way to kind of show the employees that the company cares about them And if the company cares about the employees will care about the quality of the product that the company is producing. And that is such a huge thing, I think, when you're looking at quality, because it's not just about the equipment, it's not about your processes, maybe you have the best technology, it's the people and the quality of your people helping you build your company is what really, really matters. And if you take care of your people, like the Dream Wall does, the people will help you build the best quality product. And again, this is why I think I love Safetti as the premier cycling clothing pretty much in the entire world, up to, you know, at least the Americas. So we're gonna head to the sew shop where they put everything together. So let's go up the stairs and see some more. One of our last stops is the factory floor where they're actually making all of the products and sewing them together. And they have a nice big factory here with a lot of sewing machines. So really we have different lines and different channels here of what we're actually producing. So you have all these sewing machines. You have more sewing machines than you have people working them, because the types of sewing you need to do for like your chamois is different than the type of sewing you'd want to do for your jersey. So they have different lines according to if it's just the cycling bottoms that you have, your cycling tops, or if it's even running wear or triathlon gear. Each assembly line has a specific purpose to help just create efficiency in building things, because there's such a unique way you have to sew different parts of the bicycling stuff together. And then there's even another room on the other side where they sew gloves, because the gloves and the caps and things that are sewn use different like thread material and things like that. So really we categorize these different areas, or they categorize these different areas and create these lines, because the thread count's different, thread size is different, type of thread's different, and even the type of machines are different. So for instance, sewing a chamois into a pair of cycling bib shorts, well, that requires like a special type of sewing machine. And when you have special types of sewing machines, you have people that need to be trained on them. So some of the sewing machines may only have 3 or 4 people trained on them and things like that. So they get really specific, because that allows the quality to be much, much higher when you have that specificity and you have those people specifically trained on specific sewing machines. So this is not just your grandmother's sewing machine in your house. This is very specific, very high quality sewing that's done with very specific quality equipment. So it's an amazing thing to see. And then each person has a production amount they must do each day, and each person, and then as a team, they have it up here on the wall of what their goals are every hour as they're producing this material. I've went through here, and I got to tell you, these people here at Safetti are doing just some fantastic work, and it's just amazing to see how skilled they are when they're sewing things together, how they make it look so easy, but I know it takes a lot of work, a lot of training, and a lot of time. So the factory of Safetti, if you buy Safetti gear, probably almost 60 people may have touched your clothing before you actually receive it and try it on for the first time. So from here, we're gonna go back into the lobby and then finish the video with Jorge. Well, Jorge, that was an amazing tour, man. I really appreciate you giving Grava a chance to come around and see how you do everything in the factory. And now that I've been here, I think I have even more confidence at the quality of stuff that you have. So thanks, my friend.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
For show the people what you see.
Now, so Jorge, if somebody wants to buy or at least investigate and take a look at Safetti, I think the website they go to is
Safetti.us.
Safetti.us. Okay, so if you are interested in this video and what Safetti's doing, or buying or making custom clothing, go to Safetti.us and take a look at everything that they have, because it's actually absolutely fabulous. It's triathlon, it's running, it's cycling. We got gravel, road, mountain bike, clothes, all the things you want to buy, even what we call like athletic underwear, like the internal stuff, the internal stuff, and gloves and hats and really a lot of stuff.
And some lifestyle clothing.
Oh yeah, that's right. And there's lifestyle clothing.
For example, this one.
Yeah, like that one. Like so they have t-shirts, they have I think I've seen some dresses, sundresses for women. Really just a wide variety of products. And if you're a cyclist,
swimsuits.
Swimsuits. Look at them. Look, I love these colors, by the way. These is kind of like what Grava, the Grava colors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. We like the orange and the blue and the
Nice
deep-
combination.
Yes, it's a great combination. That's one of the things Grava is why we're really trying to import and move South America brands and stuff into the United States, is because it's so full of color. South America is so full of life and color, and we just love that. And we want to bring some of that culture into the United States
Great.
with Grava. And then also, if you want to buy a Grava branded Safetti jersey, we do have Grava branded Safetti bibs and jerseys and some tops and some wind protectors and things. So take a look at gograva.com under our athletic wear line, and you can purchase one of those today and get something right away in fantastic colors of high quality. So that's it, man. Have a great day. I appreciate
Same for you.
Appreciate the tour.
It was great having you here.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Thank
I will
you.
talk to you later until I do another tour. We'll see you again.